Yeah. I touched the cat for.
Oh.
Watching the scene from thinking about how spontaneous and intimate they are, wondering if ever such a situation would be possible in my life. As disabled and trans folks, we are very, it's no secret we are very susceptible to abuse and violence. There has been like one situation, it has been spontaneous in my life, but that didn't end up well, right? My worst fear came abuse involved. In these situations, you just wonder when you're being intimate as someone from a marginalized ability or marginalized gender, what are the nuances and the politics involved in it? What does agency mean when you're giving and receiving intimacy as a queer disabled woman? Recently, at a kink event, and it's actually hilarious, but at the same time sad. This man comes up to me and he's visibly interested, right? And he asked me, why are you carrying that? Signaling to my crutch. Yeah. Because I'm disabled. And he was like, oh. At this point, he's disinterested. So he just walks away.
Oh shit! Wow, that's just
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah. So, being disability inclusive, it's not just ramp laga diya, so you're inclusive, right? And when I randomly meet a person, there are various things to consider. Are they taking into account my access needs? But usually that's not the case. In fact, they're doing the opposite. I've been asked at various places, events, conversations, what are you doing here? Especially in kink spaces. Because they are placing their assumptions of desexualization on me. They don't expect me to be here.
so it's really it was really remarkable listening to you say these things, because as you were telling me these few examples that you just shared, really interesting ones, I was thinking about the parallels in my case where how this plays out, this kind of a similarity, not the same experience. So what happened when I was early in my transition, there's someone who was really close to a cisgender woman, happened to go to a wedding and she met someone at this wedding. At that time, early in my transition, this was something that really made me put myself in that place and see what was happening in my life, where these kind of spontaneous encounters are no longer possible. That just stopped happening. Once I started to present femme, that stopped happening. Nobody sees me and randomly approaches me to have a very civil, potentially humane encounter. It's usually something that where I'm being hypersexualized, like some of the things we discussed earlier, or not being approached at all because of transphobia. And that's what I found to be happening a lot more. So that was when that happened in her life, and just as an example that I could relate to, it really struck me as something that is just not possible. It's driven by quite a few things. It's driven by transphobia, it's driven by the hypersexualization, and it's also driven by my own guards, having my own guards up in these situations. And that's like something that happens quite often with folks like us, especially.
So, it was very refreshing to have this conversation with you, but I also feel that amongst various intersectionalities, we get caught up so much in our community, and that is also valid and understandable, but there should be more communication and conversation amongst various communities. Disabled folks just talk about disabled issues, or trans folks are just talking about trans issues. Tackle that and bring more conversation and discourse into it.
Because when we do, we find that there's so much overlap and similarity, similar experiences.